Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Veri from Class G, and today I'm going to present to you about electoral bribery. So, what is an electoral bribery? It is about bribe money in elections, referred to a legal practice of offering money or valuable things for voters, political officials, or candidates with the intention of influencing their behavior, typically their votes or supporters. So basically, they're going to give you money. They're going to give you like materials, so you could vote for them. That is a simpler way to say about this. As we can see here, there's a lot of news headlines that we can see about the bribery, Indonesian money politics, racist election machines, a third of Indonesian voters bribed during elections, how and why, pushing the envelope, money politic Mars, Indonesian polls. So all three of these, they're talking about how illegal bribing practices are happening in Indonesia. There's still a lot of more practices that I'm not going to say because there's too much. Because the first act of bribery in Indonesia is dates back to about 19, I don't know, 19 about when it Sukarno era.
Okay.
Back to there's still, so Sukarno is paid someone to vote. You can search that. Next. This is my perspective about that. Legislative candidates caught giving free money. Legislative candidates from Gerindra caught along with 60 million rupiah. Mr. Ganjar have paid audience on one of his speech. So this is my own observe about what happened in Indonesia. It is not 100% true, but I think it is relevant to what I'm going to say in this presentation. Next. So how are they going to use that bribe money to vote for them? Cash payments. They usually go what do you call kampanye? They go campaign, right? They go from home to home or maybe town to town to give you some kind of money, gifts and goods. They usually what do you call like held an event like a long march, like they a healthy walking, and then some concert, and then they held like sponsored by one of those groups like PDI or that kind of thing. Job promises, campaign funding. So campaign funding is like they fund some what do you call like perusahaan to fulfill their needs and stuff like that. So the whole company thinks that they need that person to continue funding them so that they could be exist until right now. Next. What is the side effect of bribing? Undermining democratics. So what it means, undermining democratics, is that people with lack of trust by democratics. It's democratic is not always about bribery, it's not about corruption, something like that. But because of this event that's happening, the impact of this event is that people will start to think that every democratic person, every people that have jobs like the government, works at the government, is all corruption, right? It's all about corruption. So it's happening. It's affecting people's mindset about them. Inequality and unfairness. Yeah, it's self-explanatory. It's basically from the other candidates that joined the elections is that is not what do you mean, like equal. It's not fair, right? Root of future corruptions, bribery and stuff like that, buying votes, is when it's continue to do so, it's going to be a route for corruption, maybe in the next a few years. Ineffective governance, right? They from the start, if they neglect about this kind of stuff, like they're going to cheat, right? They're going to cheat on the election. They're probably going to destroy. I'm sorry if that's the correct word, but destroy the country, right? And then the worst thing that could happen is riot. Right in here means that the people would protest, the people would go to the streets, screaming for justice, right? They go. A few years back, there's an event in what is it called, in the Tugu, where they burn, or no, like they protest for the DPR about some corruptions and stuff like that. You can search that up too. So this is the side effect. The next. So what can we do as the students and as the civilians about this situation? So first thing first, educate ourselves, right? We as a students needs to learn about politics, to learn about our freedom, to learn about how can we do something about this. We just need to say no about things like this, from micro corruptions, right? From cheating with your assignments, like I can do this. Can you see? Can I see your work? Stuff like that. That's a micro corruption. That is going to be like a root. So, well, maybe you can do it a few times, but don't do that again. Join anti-corruption movement, right? If you join like some kind of movements in the organizations outside universities, you can do that. So you can surround yourself that with people that know how to what do you call it, like better understanding about this kind of situation. And then raise awareness in here means that you can do it too. You can use your social media. You can use this status and stories on WhatsApp to spread awareness, to share about this kind of situations where all of this is going to happen if we are not if not paying attention. Next. So the conclusion is, I'm going to read this. Bribery in election is a use of incentive to manipulate votes, undermining democracy. As civilians, we can fight this by staying informed, reporting bribery, and supporting clean candidates, promoting fair and accountable elections. Next. Are there any questions?
Okay, so
Please don't.
no, it's just a simple question. So, as you know that bribery can be happen in every elections in Indonesia,
Right.
but I want to ask you for the opinion. So, in your opinions, is the bribery will be disappear in the next elections, or will be more made in the next general election for the 2024?
Right. Thank you for the question. Any more questions? Angel? Okay. So, Mr. Arga, thank you for the question. That is a good question. So, about the corruptions that bribery and stuff like that, is it going to disappear in the next few years? That's a hard question. That is a hard thing to answer because as we all know that it happens in every election. Back when from Soekarno Hatta was in charge in the chairman as a president, the first president of Indonesia. So I think that if we are not doing anything, it is going to continue to happen. right? So all we can do is hope for the best. All we can do is pray to God, right, to help our country. Is going to be okay.
Okay.
All we can do is yeah, be a better generation.
Thank you.
Any more questions?
No.
Right. Okay. So I'm going to close with the presentation with this quote. If you see a fraud and you do not say fraud, you are a fraud. Thank you.